So who are the parties to a lawsuit? Plaintiff, defendant, counterclaimant. What do all these terms mean? We're going to talk about it. I'm Mark Lyda from Lyda Law Firm. Let's get started. The first party in a lawsuit is the plaintiff. The plaintiff is the person who is bringing the lawsuit. If you have sued someone, you are the plaintiff. So you will be referred to in this case as the plaintiff. Get used to that title. It's your new name. If you are being sued, you are the defendant. You might be familiar with that term from the criminal context because somebody standing trial accused of a crime is also known as a defendant. But even in the civil context, in civil litigation, if you are being sued, you are known as a defendant. Now, if you, the defendant, who have been sued, wants to sue the plaintiff back, you will file a counterclaim. And that makes you not only the defendant, but also the counterclaimant. So you might be known now as the defendant / counterclaimant. If you are the plaintiff in the lawsuit and the defendant has sued you back by filing counterclaims against you, then you are now, in addition to being the plaintiff, you are the counterclaim defendant. So you will be known as the plaintiff / counterclaim defendant. These terms are different in administrative cases or arbitrations. And when I say arbitration or administrative action, I explain the difference between those and typical lawsuits in our video in the same playlist about the different types of lawsuits. So if you're not clear on what I'm talking about, you can check out that video. Instead of being called a plaintiff in an arbitration or an administrative action, you are known as the claimant. And the same is true for defendants. In an arbitration or an administrative action, you would be known not as the defendant, but as the respondent. If you want to take it to the next level, you may be a defendant in a lawsuit, and you say, you know what, I want to sue somebody who's not even in this lawsuit, but the same facts are involved with the person I want to sue. So I'm going to sue somebody called a third party defendant because they're a third party. And you, the defendant, would now be known as not only the defendant, but also the third party plaintiff. So it can get a bit confusing when you're writing a document and trying to figure out who you're referring to, because you might have a plaintiff, a defendant, a plaintiff / counterclaim defendant, a defendant / counterclaimant, a third party defendant, a third party plaintiff. But the basic thing to know at its very core level is that if you are bringing the lawsuit, you are the plaintiff. And if the lawsuit has been brought against you, you are the defendant. Those are the parties to the lawsuit. But of course, that's not everybody involved in the lawsuit. You'll also have the lawyers, which will be referred to as typically plaintiff's counsel or defense counsel. You will have the judge, and you may even have a jury, because in a lawsuit, you have a constitutional right to a jury, unless you have waived that right by contract or some other means. So if you have a jury in your lawsuit, if you have demanded to have a jury in your lawsuit, or if the other side has demanded to have a jury in your lawsuit, the judge is there really just to determine issues of law, to determine what evidence gets into the trial and that sort of thing. But the jury will be the actual finders of fact, meaning they decide who's telling the truth. If you have no jury, then the judge will not only determine the issues of law and determine what evidence gets into the trial, but the judge will also decide the facts and decide who's telling the truth. So those are the basic parties in a lawsuit. Thanks for watching, and please remember to click like and to subscribe to help keep legal education accessible for small business owners.